Hello, 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 everyone. We are live at 5 at a wonderful Veterans Day, a wonderful 11/11 alignment day. The power of 11/11 is aligning us harmoniously to set intentions and achieve our goals with more ease and grace. I want to say happy veterans to all of our veterans out there. Thank you for being of service to us. We appreciate you. We thank you for all the sacrifices that you've made, and we're just so humbled that you would even be of service in that way. So, who am I? You know me. I'm your friend, Deborah Deras, and I am here today, and I will be here every day this week, helping you to overwhelm, to overcome burnout, to let go of any worries in your head, any anxiety in your heart, any challenges that you're having in any area of your life. And this is the kickoff day. So I know many of you may be off today. So, you may be having a social media break at Disneyland or whatever you're doing for fun. But those of you that are watching on the replay, I'm super excited to share this with you. And I actually, believe it or not, have a presentation for you. And it's really inspired by just a feeling of wanting to support you, my community, to be able to create success with ease and grace. I truly believe that my life purpose, my soul's contract, is to help people that are type A plus personalities, that are the doers, that are the get things done leaders in the community, to be able to align with your purpose, but not burn yourself out. I call it the success with ease and grace way. And that's what we're going to be talking about in the next upcoming 5 days with this Overcoming Burnout Challenge. And I've created it with the intention that every day that you come, you feel a little bit of stress reduced. Obviously, we're not going to get rid of stress altogether. It's a part of life, but you're going to understand better what is causing your stress and how you're going to be able to reduce it. So that's what we're going to be doing in the next 5 days. And this was an inspiration that I had because I am doing a lot, as some of you may know. And as a recovering adrenaline addict, which I'll talk to you about that in a moment, you can just keep putting things on your plate and things on your plate. And, this year I had so many blessings of new work and new business and new opportunities, but that is also stress. I had some challenges with health and my parents' health, my dad's health specifically, and my stepmom. So all of this can cause stress. And I said, well, if I'm feeling stressed, and if we have, elections and holidays and your own career stress, we need support. So how can I be of support to you? Let me lead you as a servant leader. One of my jobs is to lead you in processes and realignment strategies so that you don't have to go through the stress and burnout that I did, so you can have success the ease and grace way with less stress. So that's what we're about to do. So just to get a little check-in, how are you feeling today? And what you could do is you could respond into the chat. Let me know how you're feeling today. And what we could do is we could do a score of 1. 1 is feeling good, and 5 feeling super stressed, right? I am no longer drinking coffee. I'm on ginger hot tea. But I know in the morning, if I don't have my coffee, I am not talking to anyone. In fact, I don't, because I work for myself, I don't even schedule meetings most of the time until after 9 a.m. to keep my stress low. I drive the very minimal possible to keep my stress low. There's certain things that we can set ourselves up for success by incorporating in our life to keep our stress low. But how are you feeling today? If you would like, put in the chat. You could privately chat me too. And also, if you can, put your name in the chat just in case Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn doesn't show your name. I want to hear. So if you're feeling a 5, super stressed, I want to know. If you're feeling pretty good today, a 1, I also want to know that, because we're going to check in at the end and to see if you're feeling a little bit less stressed because of this training. All right. So I keep scrolling over to the Realign for Success journal. I'll talk about that a little later. That's my latest project. For those of you that don't know me, maybe one of your friends shared this on her or his page, and you're wondering, who's this lady? I am Deborah Deras. I am a creator of a company called Synergy Unlimited. I am a mindset for success expert, helping people overcome burnout. I'm the author of a book, Confessions of an Adrenaline Addict, and a new book, a journal coming out that's Realigned for Success. I'm also a motivational speaker, professor, trainer, and now doctoral candidate. Very excited. I've worked for companies, Netflix, Procter & Gamble, Verizon, JP Morgan, Verizon, soon to be Google. Starting in January, I'm doing some training with them. And my educational background is master's in education counseling, bachelor's in rehabilitation services. But those are the accolades. You don't know my confession, some of you, when I hit rock bottom. And the reason I wrote Confessions of an Adrenaline Addict book, and the serendipitous reason I met this beautiful woman that you see here on the screen, that is Miss Adelaide O'Denton. And Adelaide is a passionate life coach, speaker, and yoga teacher. When I met her, I was studying at Agape International Spiritual Center under Dr. Michael Beckwith, and Adelaide was my yoga teacher. And she was teaching Kundalini yoga and was like, Deborah, if you keep up this pace, you're going to burn yourself out. And I was like, oh, I'm fine. And don't we type A personalities say that? People say, how are you doing? And we say, we're fine, we're fine. But inside, our hair is falling out. We have hives on our back. We're getting sick because our immune system is compromised. We're not fine, but we tell everybody we're fine. But Adelaide saw through my soul, and she said, you know what? I was sick too. And, I see myself in you, and I don't want you to have the same fate. And so Adelaide and I became business partners. We became co-authors. We became best friends and sisters, and we co-wrote this book together. And we really took time to because we couldn't see it in ourselves, but we could see it in each other. And we divinely download these 7 principles in the book about achieving success with ease and grace. And then years later, because once you're an adrenaline addict, when you're addicted to the high of accomplishment, of doing, going. That's how I define adrenaline addiction. It's not jumping off a bridge or skydiving or anything like that, but the addiction of accomplishment. And usually the core wound is not feeling enough, is not feeling worthy, is getting validation through accolades or activities, needing that outside validation because somehow there's a hole inside. And that's what I had. That's what Adelaide had. That's what many of our clients had. And then years later, I rewrote I wrote a journal to help me specifically after a breakup. I had a very painful breakup, and I was so devastated because I was engaged and I had been single for quite a while. And I thought, oh, this is going to be it for me. And turned out it was not it. And I had to get my life back spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, just all of it needed to be realigned. And so I created this Realign for Success journal for me, which helped me to lose so far 20 pounds, which helped me to get my career back on track where I want it to be with speaking and teaching and now going for my doctorate. It helped me to financially restore and be able to live in an apartment I never thought I could on the beach in my dream neighborhood. All of this happened through learning how to realign for success. And unfortunately, Adelaide is no longer with us. She passed away a few years ago, but she is always with me in spirit. She had lung cancer. And so she is my reason. She is my why. She is who I dedicate this overcoming burnout challenge to. It's in the legacy and in the honor of Adelaide, because what Adelaide would want me to do is to go forward and help other people to be successful without compromising their health and well-being, to help other people avoid burnout, to help other people realign for success so you can do your life purpose. And that's what this week's about. And every day we're going to focus on a different area of your life, because this isn't for me. This is for you. This is for you to really identify where are you out of alignment and how to get back to alignment. So let's talk about the cause of stress, okay? And by the way, today is more of an introduction. Tomorrow, hopefully, some of you will be back in the office. And because you're back in the office, you'll be online and seeing me, and we'll do more interactive activities because I want to really hear from you. I want to see your comments. I want to know how you're doing and how I can support you, okay? So if you're watching the replay, and by the way, those of you that signed up on overcomingburnouchallenge.com, it's totally free. There's no cost. You will get the replay. Okay. Those of you that did not sign up, you will not get the replay. So make sure you go to Overcoming Burnout Challenge, because everyone that signed up on that website, we have your email and we're going to email you a replay. Okay. Because I know some of you are not watching this live, but we want you to have it. We want you to watch it and rewatch it. So that's why we're sending it to you. So when we think about stress, what is one of the major causes of stress, whether it's good stress or bad stress? It usually is keyword change. Anytime something changes, maybe we get married, change of marital status. Maybe something happens with our health. We have a health crisis. That's a change. Maybe something's happening in our world. New political figures. That's a change. Maybe something's happening with our bank account. Lack of finances, or even winning the lotto. That could be stressful. That's a change, right? And I will tell you, the only person that likes change is, guess who? A wet baby. This was Adelaide's joke, by the way. Adelaide is with me in spirit, and she brought that joke to you. The only one that likes change is a wet baby. That's it. Everybody else does not like change. Why? Because our ego, that is not our amigo, wants to stay stagnant. It wants to stay in our comfort zone. It wants us to stay in a place that is known. But Dr. Joe Dispenza, one of my mentors, I did his week-long training in Mexico. He taught me that transformation happens when we're in the unknown, but it can feel scary and it can feel very uncomfortable. So how do we get comfortable being uncomfortable? Well, we need to understand how our bodies work, right? When we were writing the adrenaline addiction book, we talked about the fight or flight, right? And people that are in the fight or flight, it's a natural response as a human being. We are human beings, not human doings. And as human beings, when we perceive a danger, a change, whatever it may be our nature to go into confronting for conflict, right? Some people go to fight, right? I am not a fighter. I'm a lover. No, I'm not a fighter. I'm a flighter. I tend to run, to avoid, right? To avoid. And that's not good either, because whatever we avoid, we can't get away from it, because all the fear and all the anxiety gets stored in our body. We'll talk about that in a minute. But some people freeze. They become paralyzed. They can't do anything. They're just stuck and have very unhealthy boundaries. And there's one more F that we can talk about when it comes to stress and burnout, and that is fawn. Other people, which is me as well in recovery. I used to be a Louisa, the people pleaser, where I would want to people please and I would just say yes to everything and want everyone to be happy. And guess what would happen? I would neglect myself. And now I have to say no to certain things and can't go to certain things and can't do everything and can't be everywhere. And it hurts me because as a fawner, people pleaser, I want everyone to be happy, but that's just not reality. And what happens is these responses, these instinctual responses that the body has, fight, flight, freeze, fawn, are the body's response not to punish you, but to protect you, right? It's not to punish us, it's to protect us. But the brain releases this adrenaline, which is epinephrine, and it literally is like a drug and it goes throughout our body. And so that from the very, you know, top of our cerebral cortex all the way down our body. And it's so that we can save the day. If, like, heaven forbid, a child or a dog runs into the street and you need to run and have superpower to stop it, you'll have that. But if we remain in fight or flight mode, it causes our body to shift from parasympathetic system into sympathetic system, this fight or flight, and then you can't sustain it. It's too much wear and tear on your body and literally affects every system of your body. Respiratory, immune system, circulatory system, et cetera, et cetera. And, we think, well, that's just life. Life is stressful. There's positive stress, which is called eustress, where it's a wedding, travel, job interview. I had a job interview. I had an interview to get into my doctoral program, which was positive, wonderful stress. But it motivates us to perform, grow, and achieve. And when we become in that people pleaser fawn mode, we'll keep wanting to do more and more achievements to get that perception of validation, that perception of, oh, I am good enough. But guess what happens? It goes away. And we have to keep doing more and more because adrenaline, like every drug, is a bottomless pit, right? You can't fill an empty well. And then there's negative stress, which can be distress, divorce, health challenge, breakup, financial issues, financial worries, concern about the world and the state of the world and what's going to happen here and what's going to happen there. And when we have distress, it can cause us to feel overwhelmed, depleted, and negative impact on our health unless we implore self-care strategies. And here is why we can't afford to be stressed. And if you want to know more about why we can't afford to be stressed, go to YouTube and watch any video by Dr. Joe Dispenza. He will break it down to you why we cannot be stressed, because it is a very negative use of our brain's capacity. One of my friends said to me, Deborah, you could be a warrior or you could be a worrier. Which do you want to be? It is your choice. In fact, the first principle in our book, Confessions of an Adrenaline Addict, is the power of choice. So short term, when it comes to stress, is feeling worried all the time, and you cannot switch that worry feeling off. You may feel your heart pumping faster. Your breathing may become shorter. You may have stomach issues that cause you to have a rush of hormones. Your skin may become more sensitive and oily. You may have problems between the sheets. Your muscles may tense up and cause you to feel like so stiff because it's always in that fighting, flighting mode, right? Long term, and this is just the beginning of long term, migraine headaches, mental health problems, serious heart problems, trouble breathing, hyperventilation, and panic attacks. I want to come back to that because I've had experience with that. Skin and hair conditions, acne, hair loss, increased risk of diabetes, fertility problems. Usually people that are having challenges with fertility Once they stop trying and relax, the stress goes down, and guess what? Get pregnant, right? Happens a lot. So when it comes to panic attacks, I want to share with you because this is very personal to me. So I did not realize that feeling was healing. As an adrenaline addict, I thought, oh, well, if I just tell me if you relate to this in the chat, if I just keep myself busy, my sadness about my brothers passing away will go away. If I just keep myself busy after my divorce, I just won't think about all of the sadness I have. If I just keep myself busy after I lost the house that I door knocked for and had $800,000 of equity. It's a hard one, right? And I didn't realize that feeling was healing. I thought, oh, I should just go, 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 keep myself busy, stay focused. I'm type A personality. Let me go from this marathon goal to the triathlon goal to the salsa dancing competition goal to the samba dancing goal, on and on and on and on. But guess what happens? If you don't release the stress that's in your body, if you don't feel it, you don't heal it. And I had a lot of unresolved trauma, grief, anxiety, fear, disappointment, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I know you can relate because we are one on this 111 day. And I started having panic attacks when I was driving, panic attacks when I was getting on the freeway, panic attacks just thinking about driving on the freeway, right? And it was all because of unprocessed grief, which I'm still processing. Because if we push down our fear, our stress, our anxiety, it doesn't go away. It impacts every area of our body, every system. And I don't want to scare you, but I want you to know that it is not sustainable and it's not a quality way of life. My goal is to help you avoid burnout. Adelaide's goal and her legacy to us is for you to stop burnout. And the only way that we can do that as a collective is to take contrary action. So what contrary action are we going to take? That's what I'm going to lead you to. Each of these days, we are going to do processes that are going to help you to release stress, that are going to get you from level 5, totally stressed, hair falling out, unable to sleep, constant state of worry, sickness, illness, physical, emotional, mental challenges, to feeling more and more at peace. And maybe you won't every day be at peace. I know I'm not every day at peace, but maybe you'll be more and more in the middle at 3, where you're just feeling more equilibrium. So what we're going to do right now is we're just going to stop for a moment. Okay. You can put in the chat, if you have not already, the number that you feel. We're just going to stop and we are going to do a brief visualization of what your life would be like without the high stress that you may be experiencing it. Because Dr. Joe Dispenza says the brain is powerful. It has neuroplasticity. It can literally regenerate. New neurons can fire and wire together, but the brain doesn't know the difference between visualization and actualization, between reality and what we imagine. But when we're a worrier, we're imagining the worst case scenario. And what we want to be is warriors and visualize our best case scenario. But guess what? It's your choice. So right now, what we're going to do is together, we are going to do a brief visualization. And then I'll invite you back tomorrow, Tuesday, for a transformational Tuesday. Wonderful process. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Every day this week, we are live at 5 for me to serve you. All right. So let's close our eyes. Take a moment. And I want you to breathe. That's right. Breathe. Take a breath through your nose and out through your mouth. Breath through your nose and out through your mouth. Let's even see if there's any tension in your body. I know I have some in my back and shoulders, but that's because I did an upper body weight training. And let's see if we can breathe in again. But this time, let's breathe out even slower. And just bringing your attention right now to your place of power, which is the now, which is this present moment. We can't change the past, what happened yesterday or the day before. We can't predict or foresee the future, but we can right now, in this infinite, eternal now, decide what we want to focus our attention on. How would you like your day to go tomorrow? Let's just visualize tomorrow. My grandmother used to say, don't try to live your life in a day. We're just going to take one day at a time. So I want you to imagine your ideal day tomorrow. How do you wake up in the morning? Feeling well rested, feeling calm, feeling maybe excited, inspired, passionate about changing the world or having an impact on it. And we're gently going to open our eyes from a nice slumber, maybe kiss our significant other or kiss our significant dog like me, Davino. And we just wake up and get that sunlight right in our eyes, activating our circadian rhythm to realign from this daylight savings time just to get our energy flow so we get the right amount of melatonin pouring into our body. And we just imagine our day, but before we do, we go right into gratitude. Just thankful to have life. It's not TGIF, but TGI. Ah, thank goodness I'm awake, I'm alive, and I'm aligned. Right? Have you ever been sick where you couldn't breathe well through your nose or through your mouth? I know having asthma and having respiratory problems, every day when I wake up able to breathe, I'm grateful. Maybe we're grateful for the ability to see, to have vision, whether with glasses, contacts, or on our own. Maybe we're grateful if you've ever sprained your ankle or hurt your leg, grateful for the ability to walk, to move, to have movement, to be mobile, have mobility. I want you to break it down to small, micro, incremental steps of why you feel grateful right here and now. And now I want you to imagine your day, not a long to-do list of things, but a whiteboard where everything is erased. Everything. Your day is cleared, and you can literally do anything you want. You have all the time in the world. You have all the energy in the world. You have all the money in the world. What is your ideal day going to look like? Are you going to meditate on the beach? Are you going to take a jacuzzi? Are you going to go to work out or play out for a hike, a walk? Allow your mind to co-create right here and right now. No limits, just tapped into the infinite possibilities of your ideal day. And just pay attention to who are you going to spend these moments with in this ideal day? Who are you going to surround yourselves with? What people, what community, if at all? Are they high vibration, positive energy? And what is the food you're going to fuel yourself with? Food from the earth that energizes you, like blackberries and sweet potatoes and avocado, just delicious, yummy food. And how are you going to serve today? What difference is your being on this planet going to make? Because that's why we're here. We're here not just to go to a job or go to our business, but to make a difference through our presence, through our purpose, through using our divine talents, skills, and abilities. And it all starts with being centered, grounded, anchored, and focused so that we have the capacity for the divine downloads to pour through us, as us, from us. Take a breath. I'm feeling so grateful, feeling so appreciative, knowing that even more divine downloads are coming through for this ideal day. But for right now, we're just going to be grateful, thankful for what came through, thankful that each and every day we have the ability to visualize our ideal scenario rather than living in worst case scenario, K fear. We can live in a place of possibility. And just gently opening your eyes. Maybe feeling lighter, right, Yvette? Maybe feeling even now more at peace, right, Susan? Maybe feeling restored, right, Lisa? Maybe feeling a little dizzy. I got a little dizzy. It was like, whoa. It's just like a recalibration of energy, right? Because there's a lot of energy swirling in the world. And for those of us in the world and active in the world and empathetic, we catch it, don't we? We catch that feeling. But how good it is just to just feel supported right now, just to feel cleared, to have that recycle bin emptied. All right. You like it, Susan? So how do you feel now? Let's just give a new score. So maybe we started at a 3. I know Lisa was at a 3. Are we moving towards more equilibrium, more harmony, more peace? And no, the goal isn't to be completely at peace. No one that's alive and interacting in this world is completely at peace unless they're monks meditating all day long, right? But we need to be in this world. And being in this world, we are going to have stress and we are going to feel stress. We're human. But how do we process it through? One of the ways is visualizing our ideal day. So that was awesome. You like it? So you can go ahead and put your number in the chat if you want. And if you haven't already, please share this. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I celebrated for 2 weeks, so I definitely got my birthday time in. You guys feel good? All right. So we are going to be back tomorrow. And those of you that signed up, you're also going to get a workbook as well as a link to the replay so that just in case one of the days this week you can't be here live. In fact, Friday, I'm going to have to pre-record it because it's my mom's birthday and we're having dinner. But I will be live with you every day at 5, internet willing, even though I'm speaking and on the move. I'm going to be live at 5 with you, okay? So thanks so much for joining me. Any questions before I jump off on this auspicious day of 11/11? I'm just going to say thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time, your energy. May this wonderful portal, this day of all your intentions coming through for success with ease and grace. I'm just so grateful and thankful to have you in my life and for your participating today. Make sure, if you have not already, to register. The official registration link is overcomingburnouchallenge.com. You'll also get invites to the upgrade. People that upgrade will get a copy of my book, Confessions of, this is what we're going to preview for the next coming week. You're going to learn more. People that get the upgrade will get this copy of the Confessions book, digital copy. You will get the Align for Success journal. You will get a video recording and an audio recording. Originally, I had set the price to $97, but I thought, that can be kind of high for some people. Let me cut it in half. So I knocked it off to $47. So if you're interested, you can just reply to the email or text 945-5651. And then you're going to get a Google Drive like this. And in the Google Drive is going to be the ebook, the journal, and the audio, video, and transcripts for each one of these days. I'm going to share it with you, this link. You're going to get it. It's going to be yours, and it's going to be awesome. All right. So we are back tomorrow. Make sure you stay synergized. All right. How are you going to stay synergized? Oh, I wasn't sharing my screen. Wait a minute. Hold on. Look, I was sharing my screen with you, my beloveds. Look. Okay. So what I was sharing with you was this is what you get when you upgrade to the VIP. You get a copy of the book, Confessions. You get the journal. You get audio, video, and transcripts, all in a lovely G drive that you'll get next Monday, because that's when all the recordings will be rendered and ready for you. So if you're interested in that, you can just text 310-945-5651, or reply to the email if you've signed up. You'll get all of this for $47. So that's optional. You don't have to get it. You could just come every day and enjoy it. Okay? Whatever works for you. Alrighty then. So thanks again for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to do another little more interactive process. But every day you're going to have a new stress reduction technique in your toolbox that I'm going to share with you. Please share. Sharing is caring, we like to say, on your timelines, because the more people that see this, the more people reduce their stress, and the more we have aligned, harmonious, peaceful community. All right. And world. All right. Thank you so much. And remember, my friends, with the power of synergy, anything is possible. Thank you so much, Susan. I'm so glad this helped you. I'm so glad you're coming back tomorrow. I can't wait to see you, Yvette. Oh, yes, I'll help you to create a journal, Yvette. Make sure you message me, text me. I'll help you create a journal. Whatever you guys need, just let me know. Text me or email me. I'm available. Okay? Ciao. Are you feeling burnt out at work, with family, or community obligations? Does the idea of the elections and the aftermath, the holidays, or maybe just the stress of caregiving for your kids, adult parents, and still finding time to take care of yourself? Well, I have great news. I've created a Overcoming Burnout free 5-day challenge. This is an online training just for you. So save the date. It is November 11th through November 15th, every day at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And in 45 minutes a day, I'm going to personally coach you the 5 pillars of life: spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, and financial. That's going to help you reduce stress and learn how to create success the ease and grace way. This will be an experiential training, so you're going to experience real-time processes where I help you de-stress right on the spot. Plus, those of you that sign up for the VIP may have a chance to have one-on-one spot coaching sessions. There's going to be so much positive energy, so much synergy, and best of all, there's no cost to join. This transformational experience is free, and I'm so excited to share it with you. So make sure that you sign up now. The registration link is overcomingburnouchallenge.com. Just click on the link below, your name and email. You'll get all the information to be able to transform your life and realign for success just in time for the holidays so that you can feel empowered, calm, and on track. If you have any questions, you could always connect with me online. Just send me a DM on Facebook/Deborah Deras or email me deb@deborahderas.com. I really look forward to seeing you in this amazing transformational week. Remember, set your calendar, 11/11. Let's realign for success with the Overcoming Burnout Challenge.